happy with your first half tonight?
I gotta watch it, but I don't know. We'll see.
How did you feel about the unit that started together?
Um, I thought it was decent. Like first time, playing together in a while. Um, just gotta, like I said, defensively, we gotta just keep, harping about being good. To start the first quarter, start the game and having that defensive mindset. And I thought JC come off the bench, as a backup five really helped us out. Spaced the floor. He got a roll to the basket, and it was really good for us. So we'll see.
He's had to play the roles of a few different characters for this team this season, right? What do you make of the way that he's been able to adapt himself to whatever your needs are?
Yeah, he's been great. And beginning of the season, he didn't start any, and then, but a large part of our success is, him when he started playing well. Got him into the starting lineup. He started making shots. Getting offensive rebounds around the basket, and so he was really good for us. And so this by any means wasn't a demotion. This is just more like what fits best for our team right now with so many injuries. And tonight, so JC was really good.
Ty Lue talks about your ability to.
Who?
Oh, sorry, Lawrence. Lawrence talks about your ability. So I was talking about you in the third.
Oh, okay.
Your ability to talk to players and have honest conversations without leaving a bruise. When you have a player like John Collins, like how do you approach that? Like what is take away John, but what's your mindset when you go to have a difficult conversation with a player? You have to do it every year. Every coach has to do it. Why would Lawrence say that about your ability?
I don't know, but just the ability to tell the truth, and not leave scars is something that Doc and Lawrence and always talk about. But I just think having constant communication throughout the season. So when you have to have these hard talks, guys understand where you're coming from, and it's not in a malicious place. It's just, what's best for the team. And like I said, JC's been a big part of everything we've done this season, the whole turnaround, his play, and he's definitely a starter. We know that, but just for our team right now, having no backup center, we need to space him and Brook out as much as we can. And like I said, tonight was a step in the right direction.
How do you feel about forcing 20 turnovers with your defense today?
Yeah, that's who we have to be. I think offensively, I'm not gonna be great every night, but I think if we turn teams over, get out in transition, scoring in transition is huge for us. And so when we turn teams over, we usually have a great game offensively. And so tonight was just pretty much the same thing. Turn them over 20 times and be able to get out early and get easy baskets.
Also, it was a good time to give Kawhi a little bit of spell after running that much this second and third unit was pulling it off. That's something that you like to see, to get them a little rest in there and get them a run on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I think our guys being able to put the game away, and Kawhi playing on the 30 minutes again tonight is huge for us going forward. And so just being able to stagger him and Darius when we can. And tonight was just a good game, and they didn't have their guys on the floor, but it was huge for us, the win, and then also huge from a rest standpoint. And also a shout out to DeMar DeRozan, passing Oscar Robertson. I mean, what a big thing to do, just knowing, DeMar, from day one when he first got into the league to where he's at now. And so just very happy for him and very happy for his family. Really, really great guy.
Coach, you had a quote that really caught my eye a couple weeks ago. You said you coach off the field. Like, can you kind of like elaborate more off of that? And do you think that comes from you being a former player that you coach off the field and what benefits the team?
Well, I mean, it's hard, to coach off a card or coach off minute restrictions because you messed the Florida game up. And we had at least 10 to 15 games this year where, guys were on restrictions. You had to get guys out. You go from having a 4-point lead to a 15-point lead, and now the guy has to come out, and so it's not really about the field. It's really about, where we're at, on the stat sheet as far as minutes. And so it's hard to do on a night out basis.
Dallas, Oklahoma City, Portland, Golden State. How do you feel about the challenge coming up this week, knowing where you guys are at in the standings?
I feel good. I just think we got to take it one game at a time. We can't look ahead, and we got to think about our next opponent, Dallas. I think J.K. has done a phenomenal job with them this year, playing to win every single night with all the injuries that they have. And they beat some good teams and had some good games, and J.K. has done a phenomenal job. So we got to be ready for them on Tuesday.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.